So, just want to have a little talk really about what's going on with Bitconnect and sort of the confusion really about whether we're getting our money back or whether we're not. I mean, I spent the last 3-4 hours last night trying to get logged on to the back office or the lending platform as such, and kept getting the same 404 error. So then thought, let's have a little look and see what other people have been saying on YouTube and on the forums and things like that, and see what's going on. And a few people are saying that we're getting our money back because apparently Bitconnect are locking in the exchange rate at $363, I think it was, and then they're going to open up the platform for 3 or 4 days and we're all going to be able to trade our BCC back and get our money back. Now, I for one admittedly got in a little bit late, so I'm not losing that much, probably around the $200 region. But people that have obviously lost a lot more, like the big YouTubers that have got hundreds and thousands of people below them that they're earning commission off of, it probably affects them a little bit more than it does me, to be fair, because $200 I'm not really bothered about. But it will be interesting to see if Bitconnect do uphold this end of the bargain, considering they've just had an ICO and it was fairly expensive for what it was, in my opinion, which is why I didn't really get involved. But for those of you that did, I hope that it all happens and doesn't just become a big old exit scam. But most of you probably don't know who I am, but my name's Matt. I'm quite new to the cryptocurrency scene, if I'm completely honest with you. And this channel really is just going to be my journey from not really knowing a great deal to hopefully one day being able to walk into work and tell them that I quit. So I bet there's a few people out there that would like to do that as well. But what are we talking about next? I mean, it's a bit of a, well, on all my tracking websites and cryptocurrency little voodoo channels, it's a bit of a red time at the minute. Bitcoin's down to nearly 7.5 grand. That's UK, and I think there's a lot of panic going on about it, to be fair. But from a lot of what I've spoke to the people I know about that are involved and have got a fair bit of money tied up, their portfolio probably halved in the space of 16-17 hours maybe. And they've all said to me, oh, what are you doing? Are you keeping hold of it, or are you selling up and waiting for it to regain and buying back? And in all honesty, I don't think it's really worth selling, because if you've lost, you may as well just stay in the red, aren't you? If it's money that you don't really need to worry about, it's going to bounce back. It's bound to. It does this every year. And obviously this is the first massive drop I've seen. And admittedly, yeah, I did think about giving it up and saying, do you know what, I'm just going to cut my losses, sell up and wait for it to stabilise again. But it's one of those, you've got to take a chance really, because there's a few people I know have said scared money doesn't make money. And really, it's one of those things, like, you've just got to kind of accept the good days and the bad. Some days you'll see your portfolio raise by probably 5-6%. I've had that a few days. I bought, I think it was £45 worth of Bitcoin about 6 months ago, and just before all these massive red days it was up to like nearly £100. And I mean, obviously that looked great, but then you've got to accept that things like this are going to happen, which obviously most people are probably going to panic their nearly demonetised. A lot of people are going to panic their head off, sell up everything they've got, and hope they're going to gain the money back elsewhere. And it's one of them things really, you just got to take the good with the bad, and if you're choosing to keep hold of your coins and just ride it out and wait for it to bounce back, then good on you, because this is going to weed out the people that aren't really in it for the long haul, or in it to make a quick buck. And I've been doing a lot of reading and a lot of background checking on other bits and bobs to do with cryptocurrency, and this year is probably going to be one of the biggest years for it, from what I've heard. Now, I don't know if everything I've heard is 100% true, but everything that I've got at the moment, what's the harm in taking a chance? What's the point in keeping your money in your pocket, going up the pub, spending 150 quid on a night out, and then not remembering what it can do for you? Because if you think that £150 that you put in your pocket and you go to the pub with, that's only ever going to be worth £150. Now you probably sat there going, well, yeah, but if I put it into cryptocurrency, it might only be worth £90 this time next year. And you're right, it might do. Anything like this is a risk. But, like I said earlier, scared money doesn't make money. And one of the things that I tell people that talk to me about it, that have signed up below me on a few of the platforms that I'm on, is don't panic, just ride it out. Because at the end of the day, your £50 or your £100 or your £1,000 that you've put in, if you're earning 1% on that a day, that's more than what a bank will give you over the course of a year. Now, some of these platforms pay you back in Bitcoin, so your 1% isn't going to be worth as much as what it once was, and other platforms pay you back in dollar. So, each to their own really, and I'm still yet to find a platform that keeps track of everything in GBP. So, if there is one out there, obviously let me know, and I'll obviously use your referral link and so on and so forth if it all looks good and legit. But it's just one of those times of the year where you don't really want to be involved in it. You want to sort of be walking into it and thinking, cool, Bitcoin's quite cheap today, I might just take a little bit of money out of my account and buy some. Because the first bit of Bitcoin I bought was probably maybe November, October last year, and that went straight into a platform that I'd been talking to a guy about for probably a good 2-3 weeks. And I have to say, it's probably one of my favourite personally, but obviously we can't really talk about it on here anymore. But I'm involved in a couple of other platforms as well, which obviously I'll delve into in other videos at a later date. I'm hoping to get one up probably at least every other day, and until my laptop gets fixed, unfortunately it's going to be on my phone on my drive to my 9 to 5. So, but at the minute, across all the platforms I'm using, between you and me, obviously I've not got a lot of money tied up, probably in total around $500, $600, pounds, whatever you want to call it as, is near a damn it. And some of that's due from what I've made, and some of that's from what I originally put in. But overall it's going well, and I'm just reinvesting everything I get, to be honest. I want to get to a stage where I've built it up that much that I can start withdrawing probably a healthy sum, and it'll either pay my rent or my mortgage, depending on what point in my life I'm at, really. But I just thought I'd do this quick little video about Bitconnect and what I think's going on and what I'm planning to be doing with this channel. I'm hoping to get an intro video sorted out by a animator, so that should make these a little bit prettier and look a bit more professional. And I apologise about the glare, that's the sun coming through the back windows. So yeah, just thought I'd drop this little video in there, tell you what my 2 cents was, whether you like what I've said or not. It's one of those things, everyone's going to have their own opinion on it. Some people are going to be thinking that Bitconnect's the best thing since sliced bread, but they're normally the people that got in it right at the beginning, or have had a massive team beneath them to be able to make a living and put that money elsewhere. So yeah, so I'll just let you get on with your day, and hopefully I'll see you in a couple of days.